Well, hello and welcome to your flow practice for today. My name is Guy, if I've not met you before. 45 minutes. It's the beginning of September, to my mind, the beginning of the year, at least in terms of everybody going back to school and all the new things starting. So let's start anew. And we'll begin our practice in a seated position. So find a nice, comfortable spot where you can sit cross-legged or up on your shins or on a block or something like that. Allow yourself to feel heavy into the base of the body, tall through your spine, and simply close your eyes and begin to arrive into the sensations of your body, your breath. Starting anew, allowing your awareness to descend inwards and downwards. Relaxing your face, your shoulders. Noticing your breathing, that simple rise and fall of the breath. And letting your breath take up lots of time, lots of space. And marking the start of our practice together with a single shared breath. On your next exhale, completely empty your lungs. Take a nice big inhale. And a long sigh. And welcome once again to your yoga practice. Really, really great to have you here today. On your next inhale, open your eyes, reach your arms up overhead, take a little bit of a stretch perhaps, and then slowly come forwards onto your hands and knees into a tabletop position. Hands pressed down, they rotate externally like you're trying to dial your hands away from one another. Maybe extend one leg out, stretching the back of the leg, stretch the other leg out. Nice. And then stabilizing, keeping those hands nice and active. As you inhale, lift your head, lift your bum, drop your belly, cat-cow breathing. Exhale, round, press. Your pelvis moves forwards, the top of your feet are tugging forwards. And a couple like that, inhale, lengthening front side. Exhale, rounding back side. Use your gluteal muscles to push forwards. And one more time, inhale, lengthen. And exhale to round and to press. Nice. As you inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes at the back, and then pressing with your toes and your hands, hover your knees off the mat. Sustaining this, so really push away from the ground. Try not to collapse through your upper back. And then the direction is move your bum to the back of the mat and then up, downward dog. Let your head drop down and move your legs side to side a few times. Bending a knee, straightening a leg. Oh yeah, feels good. And then we'll just take ourselves and walk slowly up the mat to dangle at the head of our mat. Drape yourself on your upper thighs, so bend your knees till your body touches your upper thighs. Let your head drop down, so your knees are bent, but probably a whole bunch. And then as you inhale, take a halfway lift, so you extend your head forwards, you try and straighten your legs a bit, and then as you exhale, you fold, you bend your knees, drape your torso on your upper thighs. Again, inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale to rise all the way up. And exhale to bring your hands down through the midline. Take a couple breaths like that. Nice big inhale, gather up a sense of energy. Exhale, bring your hands down. Connecting movement and breath, simple pattern here. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, hands down. And we'll move right into lateral flexion. Inhale your hands all the way up overhead. Here we can try to interlace our fingers, press our palms up towards the ceiling. As as you settle on your exhale, and then inhale, reach up. Exhale, go to your right, your hips will slide to the left. Create an extension through the left side of the body. Then inhale, rise up. Exhale, go to the left, hips go right. Extension through the right side of the body. Again, inhale up. Maybe switch your grip if you like. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. Many ways to play your hands, whatever works for you. Inhale up. Maybe you hold your left wrist with your right hand. Exhale over. And inhale up. Switch and exhale over. Beautiful. Inhale back up. Exhale, let's take a twist to the right. Drop your hands. Inhale, hands overhead as you gaze forwards. Exhale, twist to the left, rotating through the spine. Just like that, 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Try not to collapse in your spine as you're twisting. Stay nice and proud through your upper chest. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, twist left. Arms parallel to the ground. Last one each way. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. And exhale, twist. Connecting movement and breath, so darn important. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, interlace your fingers behind your head. Elbows a little bit forwards, first a back bend. Inhale, a little bit of a back bend. And then exhale with a bend in your knees, bring your elbows towards your belly button. Just trying to round the upper back. You don't have to go down too far. Inhale, front side extension, just like the cat-cow breathing. Exhale, rounding, elbows forwards. And one more time, inhale up into a back bend. And exhale forwards. Spinal rounding. Beautiful. Inhale your hands up to the ceiling. Exhale, sit down in the chair. Bring your arms roughly parallel to the ground. Inhale, stand up again. Hands all the way up. Exhale, sit down again. And last time, inhale up. And exhale, sit down to linger into Utkatasana, chair pose. Weight towards your heels, a little bit of a back bend, gaze confidently forwards. So sit into it. Again, weight to heels, find the rhythm of your breath. Take a big inhale and exhale, fold all the way forwards. As you inhale, lengthen a halfway lift. As you exhale, plant your hands. Surya Namaskar A, step one leg back, the other leg back. There's the plank pose. Hands are dialing away from one another. As you exhale, drop your knees down, flatten out your feet, and just simply lie all the way down. Elbows stay towards the side of the body. Inhale, come up into Cobra. Heart forwards, elbows gathering, dial the hands away. Exhale down. Again, inhale, come up. Look over your right shoulder as you come up. Exhale down. And inhale, come up, look left. And exhale, down we go. Good. As you inhale, press your hands and knees. Maybe adjust your hands and exhale back. Downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here, just a few simple movements. And then as you inhale, send your right leg up high. Exhale your right knee over to your upper right arm. It's a little bit of a crunch. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, knee to nose, round your spine. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, knee to left arm under the body. Try to touch that arm. Inhale up. Exhale, step to the head of your mat and then bring your left foot beside your right foot. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, rising. And exhale, dive right back down. Let's do it again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step one leg, the other leg to plank pose. Continue that focus on dialing the hands away from one another. This creates a sense of integrity into the shoulder girdle. Drop your knees down. Flatten out your feet. Keep the elbows gathering in as you lie down. Inhale, Cobra, heart forwards. Exhale, down. Inhale up, cobra with a shoulder check to the left. Exhale down. And inhale, come up, look over your right shoulder, and exhale down. As you inhale, hands and knees. I need to adjust my hands. Maybe you do the same thing. Tuck your toes, exhale back. Downward facing dog. Torso moves to your upper thighs. Your knees are bent quite a bit. Even here, your hands are pressing down and trying to rotate away from one another. As you inhale, send your left leg up high. Exhale, left knee to outer left arm. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to nose, round your spine. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to right arm under the body. Inhale up. Exhale, step to the head of your mat and bring your right foot beside your left foot. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, folding. Inhale, rising all the way up. And exhale, just bring your hands all the way down. Nicely done. From here, hands to hips to start. Bend your knees and bring your right ankle on top of your left knee. Boom. With your knees and hips or knees bent. Flex your right toes back towards you and then bring all your fingertips together. Lift your elbows and press quite firmly. Fingers press in so you feel your pectoral muscles, your upper chest firing. So you're balancing and creating a good sense of engagement through the upper body as we balance. Sit down a little further. And then as you inhale, stand up, hands to the ceiling, foot down. And then as you exhale, try to bend your right knee, bring your left ankle on top of the right knee. Again, elbows flare, fingers press together like you got a ball between your hands. Press, 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 sit down. Weight goes back a little bit to the heels. Find that confident rhythm of your breathing. It's all about the breath. Nice, and then inhale, stand up, feet together, and exhale, dive all the way back down. As you inhale, lengthen away. As you exhale, just the right leg back, a long step, right toes tucked, right knee down. Inhale your hands all the way up overhead. Exhale to settle. So your right knee is trying to drag towards your left heel. Hold on to your right wrist. Inhale, reach up, spinal extension. Exhale, side bend to the left. So finding a little bit of stretch and engagement through the front and sides of the right hip. Nice. Inhale, up. As you exhale, lean forward, lift your right knee from the mat, flare your hands out to the side. A leaning lunge. From here, as you inhale, swoop your hands forwards to the front of the room. And then like you were grabbing something in front of you, exhale, elbows come in, hands and fists. Fists of fire. From here, inhale, let your back knee drop down as your hands lift up. Knee just about touches the mat. Exhale, hands and fists as your leg straightens. Good. Inhale, hands up, knee down. Exhale, come back up. Keep those legs strong. One more time. Inhale, knee down, hands up. Exhale, back up we come. Beautiful. From here, inhale, hands up, knee down to the mat. And exhale, hands down to the mat as well. Walk your hands back. Extend your front leg. Half monkey pose, half Hanuman. Engage muscularly into the back of your left leg as you descend in a little bit further. Nice. And then inhale, simply step to the front of your mat, both feet together, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, dive all the way back down. As you inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. As you exhale, left leg back, long step, left toes tucked, left knee down. Right away, left knee and right heel are trying to drag isometrically towards one another. As you inhale, both hands rise up. As you exhale, simply land into the shape. Hold on to your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, side bend right. Feel that engagement through the front and the sides of the left hip. Meet that with some kind of support, embrace, muscular activation, whatever you want to call it. Inhale up, hands separate. Exhale, lean forwards, lifting your back knee from the mat, flaring your hands. As you inhale, swoop your hands forwards like you're trying to grab something. Exhale, elbows come in, torso perpendicular. 3 knee drops. Inhale, hands up, knee just about to the mat. Exhale, back up, fist nice and strong. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Yeah, 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. To transition to half Hanuman, inhale your hands up, your knee right to the mat. Exhale your hands to the mat. And then walk your hands back. Extend through the heel of the right leg. And again, use some muscular support through the front and the back of your right leg as you descend into that stretching sensation. Yeah. On an inhale, step both feet forwards, halfway lift. On an exhale, fold, bend your knees. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, integrate back in. Eagle pose, bring your feet tight together. As you inhale, bring both hands up. As you exhale, bring your right elbow underneath your left elbow at the elbow joint. Option to grab your shoulders or maybe bring your hands together. I'm working with a bit of an injury in my left shoulder, so I'm just going to keep it simple for myself today. Sit down into the chair, weight towards your heels. Commit to not lifting your hips, first of all. And secondly, take your right foot out to the side. Internally rotate your right knee. So internally rotate your whole right leg. Keep it that way as you lift your leg up and over and wrap the foot around. This will make it way easier to get the foot behind the leg. External rotation, almost impossible. Internal rotation, quite a bit easier. Anyhow, find that shape. Sit down into it. The tuck doesn't need to happen. Weight towards your heels. There's a bit of back bend, so your gaze is more forwards. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then on an inhale, release your arms and your legs, hands lift up. On an exhale, your left elbow comes under your right elbow. Option to grab the shoulders or hands in prayer. This works for me on this side. Elbows can go down or up. Trying to bisect your face with your hands. Sit back down. Take your left leg out to the side, internally rotate it, then keep that shape in your leg up and over without kicking your water bottle, and sit down into the pose. Eagle pose. In eagle pose, you should be able to see, or at least see the whole room without looking at anything in particular. So you're trying to have this really broad vision without being specific. Nice. As you inhale, release, hands up. As you exhale, fold all the way forwards. As you inhale, lengthen. And again, as you exhale, take just that right leg back a long step, right toes tucked, but this time right knee stays lifted. As you inhale, bring both hands all the way up overhead. This is crescent lunge. Integrate. Take another big inhale. And as you exhale here, we're going to bring your elbows down and bring your right knee up as you step forwards. You could even kick through your right heel if you like. Inhale, step back, hands up. Exhale, kick, or just lift. Boom. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, step back, find your foundation. As you exhale, twist to your left, keeping that foundation nice and strong. Reach that left arm back as best as you can. Inhale your hands overhead. Exhale again, twist left. Get a little bit more open. One more time, inhale, hands up. Exhale, twist left. Yum. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, step to the head of the mat. Swing your hands behind. Whoosh. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, dive all the way back down. As you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, left leg back, long step, left toes tucked, left knee stays lifted. As you inhale, rise up to crescent lunge. A little bit of a bend in the front knee. Back knee could be a little bit bent as well. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, hands and fists, left knee comes up, maybe extend through the left heel. Inhale, step back. Exhale, bam. Inhale, step back. And again, exhale, find your balance and kick. Inhale back to the lunge. Exhale, twist to the right. Draw your belly in. Try not to collapse into the twist. Inhale, your hands overhead. Exhale, twist. Draw your belly in. Chest proud. And again, inhale, hands up. And exhale, twist. Great stuff. Inhale, your hands up overhead. Exhale, step forwards, hands swing behind. Whoosh. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, just simply bring your hands down and through. A shared breath there. Inhale, hands up, a cleansing breath. And exhale, hands come all the way down. From here, big inhale. Exhale, dive all the way forwards. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale again. Right leg back, right toes tucked, right knee stays lifted. As you inhale, rise all the way up. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Anjali Mudra, it's called. From here, keep your gaze forwards. Gaze stays forwards. Simply drop your back heel to the mat and extend your hands. We'll find warrior two. So from a crescent lunge with the back heel lifted, opening out into warrior two without switching your gaze. So gaze stays strongly forwards. Both feet press down. It feels like they're trying to move counterclockwise just to get everything working nicely. That means that your right hip is internally rotating, left hip is externally rotating in this particular shape. Exalted warrior, left palm turns up, inhale, left hand up, right hand to the back leg. Feel that extension through the left rib cage. Many options for how you play the hands, whatever works for you. Nice. And then inhale back to warrior two, straighten your front leg, and then reach forwards, windmilling into triangle pose. Both legs stay straight, and we're trying to create sort of a T shape with the torso and the arms. We're not trying to put a curve in the low body. Both sides of the body nice and long as we come into our triangle shape. Not so easy. Look up maybe at the end. Maybe your hand just holds on your leg, the shin, the ground, the block, whatever feels right. And then inhale back up. Bend your front knee. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Take your shoulders up, back, down. As you squeeze your palms together. I got the hiccups, it's terrible. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, dive towards the upper right corner of your mat and let your torso come slightly inside your left knee. May or may not happen. My shoulders are pretty broad. Squeeze your hands together, feet still nice and active. Nice. And then inhale back up to warrior two. Again, straighten your front leg. Maybe a little bit of a bend. Take your back hand and we're going to windmill it all the way over so you can get both hands to the ground. So front knee might be bent a fair bit. Keep your right hand on the ground and then slowly take your left hand up to the ceiling as you also straighten your left leg. This is revolved triangle, a bit more challenging. And it may be too much for your back foot. You may have to pivot your back on your back toes. Heel might lift a bit, that's okay. And then exhale, bring that hand back down. To get back to warrior two, send your right hand forwards, windmill up. There's warrior two. And then as you exhale, lean on your left knee with your left elbow. Take your right hand overhead, palm face down. Find a bit of extension here. Nice, extended side angle. And then from here, inhale back, warrior two. From this place, remember how we got here? Pivot your back heel, bring your hands to your heart. Take a big inhale and then exhale, step and swing. Inhale all the way up. I don't know if I got the breath right there, but that's okay. Exhale, fold all the way forwards. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, left leg back, long step, left toes tucked, left heel stays lifted. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, we're endeavoring to keep our gaze forwards to move to warrior two. Simply back heel drops, hands extend out, and your gaze stays directly forwards. Boom, there it is. Beautiful. Nice and solid in the foundation. Both feet are trying to move a little bit clockwise to really integrate our hips in the right place. Exalted warrior, front hand lifts, back hand drops. Taking any variation you want. Maybe descend into that right hip crease a little bit more. Oh yeah. So wherever you feel the stretch, there should be some kind of muscular embrace that corresponds with the stretch. This allows your body to understand that what you're doing is actually safe and not injurious. Beautiful. Inhale back, warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Reach forwards, and then keeping that shape of the T with the arms and the torso is folding over that right leg into triangle. T for triangle. There we go. T like tremendous. Beautiful. And then inhale, back up we come. Bend your front knee. Interlace your fingers behind your back, maybe the other way. Shoulders up, back and down. Proud chest. And exhale, dive to the upper left corner. You gaze upper left the whole time. Right shoulder might come inside your knees. Again, depends on how wide your shoulders are. Things you cannot change. Enjoy and embrace this body of yours. It's perfect as it is. Nice. And again, inhale, back up, warrior two, straighten your front leg a bit. Windmill back, hand comes down to the mat. You might need to bend your front knee a fair bit. Again, get both hands on the mat. As you slowly straighten your right leg, take your right hand up towards the ceiling, revolve triangle again. Nice. Feel this sense of engagement through the outer right hip. Breathing comfortably. And exhale, down it comes. Remembering how to get to warrior two. Inhale, reach forwards, windmill up, warrior two, and exhale, extended side angle, leaning on your right knee with your right elbow, left hand overhead, palm face down. Get that nice sense of extension. Beautiful. And then inhale back, warrior two. To get ourselves back to where we started, hands to heart, pivot on your back heel, step to the front of the mat, and exhale, boom, just let it go. Give it a little shiggle, give it a little shake. Take a couple steps to the back of your mat. We'll do one tree pose at the back of the mat. So your heels together, your big toes touching, pivoting on your heel, turn your right foot out to about 2 o'clock. And then trying not to use your hands, bring your right foot up to your inner leg somewhere, press leg to foot. Now only if you've got slippery pants like me, use your hand. I just can't, these pants are like, whoosh, must be made of plastic. Try not to let your left hip pop out. Hands come to your heart, gaze a little bit more forwards. And then lift up your hands, separate your hands. You may even decide to look up and let a little bit of a wobble come in, a little bit of playfulness. This is about trusting your body to do what it needs to do. And then hands come to your heart, knee comes forwards, foot goes down, and shake it off a little bit. Do the other side, still heels together. Left foot turns out to point to 2 o'clock. You try to bring your left foot up as high as you can without using your hands. Looks like I could maybe sustain this, don't know. On this side, press, press, press. Hands to heart. Gaze forwards, hands lift. Separate to create space through the shoulders. Bit of a spiraling action in your arms. Maybe you look up. Most importantly, you simply breathe into the experience here. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale your knee forwards and exhale. Your foot can come down. Beauty. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, dive all the way forwards. Inhale, walk your hands up the mat to plank pose. From plank pose, exhale down half or all the way. Inhale to cobra or upward dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. And repeat. Inhale, wave forwards, plank. Exhale, half or all the way down, your choice. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And one more time. Inhale, wave forwards. Exhale, down you go to the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. From here, again, wave forwards, plank pose. Oh no, not again, no, not again. Come down onto your forearms, forearm plank. Interlace your fingers. Press with your forearms, nice and full through your upper back. Squeeze your legs towards one another. Try not to let your bum sink or lift too much, so just trying to keep the legs roughly in line with the spine. Maybe an ever so slight lift at the bum. And then drop your knees, drop your hips, gaze forwards. Separate your hands so that your forearms are parallel to one another. And then a little bit of a tug forwards. And overlap your hands, flare your elbows, lie down. Crocodile pose. And then from crocodile pose, a couple of spine strengthening type poses. Heels touch, toes point. Hands extend out to either side of the room, like a T shape again. And then inhale, rise up, feet lift, hands lift, head lifts. Variation on locust pose. Chest lifts, arms come up a little higher if you can. Like I said, my shoulder's a bit cranky, so mine are not going to go much further than that. I'm going to create structure and strength right there. Not taking myself beyond that point of injury. And then exhale, come down. Put your left cheek on the mat, look to the right. Take a little bit of a passive neck twist. And then look the other way. Passive neck twist to the other side. Nice. And then bring your chin forwards. And we'll take our feet, we'll bend them. Try to grab your ankles or your feet from the outside for bow pose. As you inhale, press your pelvis down, kick your feet away, feet rise up. It's a bit of a back bend, spine strengthener. Beautiful. And then exhale. Down you come, hands by your shoulders. We'll just push to child's pose at the back of the mat. Let your arms linger forwards, your forehead down. And then then gently come back onto your hands and knees. Square up your shins. And here, we'll tuck your back toes and lift your back knees up so you're in downward dog. And then simply take your right knee behind your right wrist. We'll fall into deer pose. You could go to pigeon if you like, but deer pose, I kind of prefer. Drop your right hip down to the mat. So your left knee's a little bit bent. And then simply drape yourself across that right knee. Maybe you stack your fists so you can rest your forehead. You're getting a nice passive engagement through the right hip, a compression and a stretch at the same time. Deer pose. Several nice, easy breaths here. And then let's slowly come out, walk your hands back in. Let your hip lift again, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and press back to downward dog. Maybe give that right leg a little bit of a shiggle, a little shake. Again, deer pose or pigeon pose on the other side. Left knee comes behind your left wrist. To get to deer, you drop the left hip down, let your right knee bend. Turn your torso out over your left knee, offer that compression. And again, maybe you place your fists one on top of the other for your head or something similar. And breathe into this side. Nice, long, slow, easy breaths. Ultimately, we're trying to retain our composure, our link with our breath, our breathing, all through the practice. Giving us sort of yogi mind powers, this ability to stay focused on one thing, to concentrate on one thing for an extended period of time, which is really, really useful when you get into meditation. And now slowly, again, walk your hands back in, let your hip square itself up, back toes tucked, lift your back knee, press back, downward facing dog, there it is again. Nice. And then from here, knees wide, and push back to a seated position at the back of your mat. Nice. Come up onto your knees, hands to your low back, push your hips forward, lift your chest up. Quick camel pose, elbows gathered. Oh yeah. And then inhale up and exhale. Allow yourself to sit back down. All right, from this place, send your legs out front. Give them a little shiggle, give them a little shake. And we'll go for Janushasana. Right foot comes to your inner left thigh. Reach up, fold over top of your left thigh. Just fold over top of it. Engage perhaps the back of the left leg. Yeah. Nice. And then switch sides, inhale your hands up. Extend your right leg, left foot comes in. As you exhale, fold over your right leg. Trying to meet any resistance with a bit of gracefulness, right? And a little bit of poise. We're not trying to drive or push into pain or anything like that. It's just, let's be present with what sensations are arising and try to meet them with a bit of calmness, a bit of compassion. Nice. And again, slowly walk your hands back in, extend your feet nice and long. Reposition your bum in the middle of the mat, lie down on your mat, draw your knees towards your chest, give yourself a little hug. And then drop your feet to the mat, they're about hip width apart. Walk your feet in so you can just touch your heels with your fingertips. Bend at your elbows so your palms face one another across the body, and then pressing with your elbows at your feet, lift your pelvis up. Bridge pose. If you like, you can take your hands under your bum, and you take one shoulder under, the other shoulder under, as you press your hands down and lift your chest up. Good front side extension through the front of the hips, the torso, upper chest. And then again, slowly we release, shoulders release, hands release, bum releases, draw your knees in towards your chest again. Nice. Send both arms, both legs up to the ceiling. Just take a little bit of a dangle. Happy baby if you like. I just like to dangle. And then roll onto the right hip. Right knees are bent, finding a final spinal twist. Left shoulder extends, you look to the left. Maybe your right hand holds your knees in place. Relax, find your breath. It's only yoga. And then again, let's slowly unwind back to neutral. Keep your knees drawn in, and then let both knees drop to the left. Your right shoulder stays on the ground. Boom, there it is. Left hand might stay where it is, on your knees, wherever. Breathe into the twist. Relax into the twist. Nice. And then finally we come back up and extend your legs long, taking Savasana. Body nice and long, palms face up. Eyes closed. A little bit of tuck of your chin. And focus on the tip of your nose. Noticing the air entering at the nostrils. Sense of coolness there on the inhale, sense of warmth on the exhale. And keeping that awareness there, allow both nostrils to begin to feel equally open. Even if one is seriously plugged, allow both nostrils to feel equally open. Taking long, slow breaths. Watching the air at the tip of the nose and in the nostrils. And then from there, simply start to wake yourself up, wiggle your toes, fingers, take a stretch, take a yawn, whatever you need, and then roll to one side or the other, and we'll come all the way back up to a seated position to finish our practice together. And once you've come to your seat, just as we began the practice, nicely rooted, tall, relaxed, eyes closed, breath nice and normal, probably still focusing on the nose there. And marking the end of our practice together, September the 1st, with a shared breath. Exhale, empty your lungs. Nice big inhale. And a long sigh. And thank you once again for sharing your practice with me. I hope to see you again sometime soon. Namaste.